Hello, friends, and a big welcome back to Laptop Seniors. We're always thrilled to have you back with us. Today, we're going to talk to you about what we've been doing the last couple of weeks, which is house sitting. Can you imagine that's a little bit different for us, but we really thought this was cool and enjoyed it, and we'll share some information about that.
We were in Boquete in Panama. We went across the country looking at a whole bunch of different places, as you probably know. We met a bunch of expats from there. It was super easy to do. And there was one sort of younger couple. They looked like they're like early 30s. And they had been living there for 2 years, and all they did was house sit. They were talking about maybe we should buy a place. I think we're going to go look for some rental or whatever. But they had been going house to house to house, two months at a time, 4 months at a time, 6, 3, that kind of thing, for 2 years, over 2 years, actually a little bit. And I thought, man, you know what? We should do that. We should try that out because, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, I bought a 1-year subscription to, I want to say it was like House Sitters International or something like that. Never used it. And then a couple years ago, I bought another 1-year subscription to Trusted House Sitters, which is what we are in at the moment. And for the first 2 years, never used it, wasted money. And, just, we'll get around to it. You know how it is when you're retired. We'll get around to it and never do. Then we met the couple and it's like, okay, we got to try this. We have to do this thing. And so that's what this particular video is going to be all about. It's what's entailed in it and how to save money during it when you're doing it, because you can save a lot of money because you're providing a service to a homeowner almost always with a pet. You're taking care of their pet, taking care of the house, looking after it, nobody will break in, and all that sort of stuff. So it's great for them and it's great for you because you save money. And we're out on the road so much. I thought, you know what, everything is getting more and more expensive. Any way to save money would be great. And certainly we have a history of, having pets before we started to go out on the road. I had a dog and a whole bunch of different cats at different times. And Vivi, she had a whole bunch of dogs and a couple of cats. So very versed on it, thought it would be easy. So we're going to take you through what's involved and, what's it like to do this for real.
But before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to our very loyal followers in Florida, Frankie and Pam. Yes, you, we know you're watching. Frankie and Pam have not only watched every single video that we have done, they have liked it and subscribed to our channel. And even though they're not avid travelers, they've done some traveling, but they're more enjoying the places that we're going and learning about them as armchair travelers. So that's super cool.
Yes, very important to point that out. So back to the house sitting and pet sitting, there's certain things, and I'm going to go through the website just to show you exactly what's entailed if you want to try to do it. And obviously you would have to have some sort of experience with pets. That would definitely help. We found some certain things along the way because this was the first one that we did with strangers for real. We've done it many, many times for people who are friends of ours. Hey, can you watch our pet? Sometimes we would take the dog in to our actual house. Other times we would be at the house, their house, and that kind of thing. So this particular one was definitely different. We elected to take, for starters, a 2-week one. We probably should have done a shorter one. It probably would have been better to do like a 2-day or a 3-day just to get a little bit of a feel for it. Although the 2-week one worked out great. Loved the dog. The house was great. Neighborhood was fantastic. It was fun doing it. The neighbors were all friendly. Hey, you watching Pumpkin? Yeah, yeah. Like, you end up meeting the neighbors because they know the dog. So it was pretty cool. But one of the things that we noticed that we had not expected is that, particularly if you go for 2 weeks, 1 or 2 days, probably it's not such a big thing. But for 2 weeks, all of a sudden, it's like you got to get food and you got to get, be able to wash clothes and you got to, essentially, it's like you've just picked up and went to Europe, for 2 weeks, and you have to carry and take care of, and project what you're going to need, everything for those 2 weeks as if you're not at home, because you are not at home. Just before, like a day or two before we were going to go in and do the pet sit, the lady called and said, hey, this only just came up. I just got new sod in the backyard. They just resodded everything. Can you make sure you water it, every day, and, a couple times a day? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem, whatever. That's totally fine. She put like a screen netting mesh, and it's aluminum, across the entire lawn, which no problem to water, but super hard. You can't mow the lawn. So we never mowed the lawn. It just kept growing and growing. But then that made it have even better roots. Because all of a sudden, when you're responsible, it's like, okay, I forget about lawns. I haven't had a lawn in so long. What do you do with sod? So, on Google, like, what do you do with sod? Oh, yeah, don't cut it for at least 3 inches. Ideally, go to 5 before you cut it, and then just cut it down to 3. Better roots. And so you end up learning that type of stuff. The other thing, as you'll see, is Vivi loves the outdoor stuff. So she had things, the owner, of stuff for us to do. And then there were things that Vivi, like maintaining the outside and mowing the lawn and doing the front plants and stuff. She was just doing it on her own because she likes to do it. So, I'm sure the lady came back and went, wow, my yard looks nicer than it did before. What happened here? One of those things. But, Vivi was having fun doing it, and I had no work, so it was good for me. I just played with the dog. That was basically my job, feeding and playing with the dog and going for walks. So that's pretty much an overview of sort of what you're going to be in for, but I'm going to take you over to Trusted House Sitters website and show you exactly what it's like to be a member of this. And we get nothing for this. It's just us making a video. And you'll see what's on there, and you'll see what's entailed. You'll see what homeowners are looking for, and and various works that you're going to have to be doing while you're house sitting. Give you a couple of examples, and all of that. For the most part, if you like pets and you get along with pets, which for some reason I seem to do, I don't know why. Dogs, for some reason, just really love me. They come up out of the blue. I rarely would ever get a dog growling or anything like that. Not sure why that is. Must be some sort of karma given off or whatever. But if you're fine around pets and you know how to handle pets and deal with pets and like pets, this isn't that hard to do. And again, it's a win-win because you're going to save money while you're traveling a lot, and the homeowner has someone who knows how to take care of their pet and likes taking care of their pet and will take a good job taking care of their pet in their home. So win-win. Now, let's go over to the website and we'll go from there. Let's take a run through of the website and you get an idea of what's here. The first thing you're going to hit, after you've signed up and you have a membership, that you're going to have two things here. One is finding a pet sitter. So this will be somebody who has a home and they have some sort of a pet that they needed someone to sit and watch their house and also take care of the pet while they're gone. For our purposes, it's going to be almost identical on both sides. Different requirements of what you need to do, but you're going to see basically both sides as we look at searching for homes to sit. Because if you're an expat and you want to go somewhere and you want to, basically save money and be in someone else's home, take care of the pet and not have to pay for a hotel or Airbnb or whatever, this is what you're going to be doing. So let's search for a home. So you would hit that and all of a sudden things would start coming up in different places all over the world. I mean, as you can see, here's UK, here's Australia, here's Seattle, Washington, somewhere in California. And what they do is they basically tell you the dates that they need you. So you'll be searching on the dates. That would be a big one. And up here, if you have a specific time, like say you wanted to go to Argentina or Panama, or you wanted to go to California and you wanted to house sit, you probably know what dates you're looking for. So you would put your dates in, and then, well, how long do you want to do it? Just a weekend? A lot of these are weekends, 2 or 3 days. People go away, long weekend especially. But there are also people go away on holidays, so it will be a 1 week, 2 weeks, or they're working on another place, different part of the world, different states, something, and they may want, you occasionally see, it's not like they're rare either. Somebody goes away for a month or 2 months or 3 months. And like I had mentioned, in Panama, we met people down there, a couple that had been doing it for 2 years, and they were doing like 4 or 5, 6 month stretches because someone with a house there was a snowbird. They came to Panama in the wintertime and then left probably somewhere around the end of April. So May, June, July, August, September, probably came back somewhere around October, November. Long time to be away from your home. I mean, certainly if I had a home in Panama or anywhere really, somewhere like that in a different country, I'd be a little paranoid about leaving the home alone. I'd want somebody in it that I was comfortable with. Over here is a map of the world. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's do Europe. In here in the United Kingdom, there's roughly 3,500 people looking over the course of a year. In Spain, there's 24 people, families, 53 in France. Let's do France. Here's the regions. What would you be interested in? Okay, there's only one in Paris. What's down here? Bordeaux or something else? Not sure what's down here. Let's take a look. Well, whatever it is. Let's just, oh, okay, that's a pretty house. So in this area, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You see 4 places on the screen, and these are the 4. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. And then matching sites not currently accepting applications. So these probably were in this area, but they're not taking applications now. They're not going away, or they maybe already have somebody for their sit. So let's take one of these. Let's take, okay, obviously this one you're going to be having to take care of a horse. Let's just see what this one is. Oh, okay, looking for a cat. So they're looking for a cat lover who wants to spend time in France, and these are the dates. So it's 10 days, October 5th. No, more than 10 days. Sorry, I thought it was October to October. So October 5th to December 15th. So here we go. So basically all of October, all of November, and a little bit into December. So this is more than 2 months here. So they want somebody for more than 2 months. And what are they looking for? We're looking for somebody who could love or spend a couple of months in the Pyrenees with a chit-chat cat called Serge, rescue cat. I've never heard of that term, chit-chat cat. Anyway, who's loving and very vocal. So I guess they meow a lot. And then they start telling you what you need to be aware of and what you need to do. Serge likes to spend time outside during the day, so you're not tied to the house if you want to visit places around. The area is ideal for cycling, hiking, skiing in season. An hour from the Spanish border if you want to go there, and so forth. And then they're going to be saying they have a late flight, so they'd like you to arrive, if you're going to be arrive in the evening of the 4th or the morning of the 5th. So they basically want to, if you arrive on the 4th, they want you to stay there for one night before they leave, which is understandable. And then here's when they're to return. And they're explaining, you know, the place itself and where it is and things all around the area. Then after that, typically they would go into what's expected of you with, in this instance, a cat. And that would be the responsibility section, which would be here, okay? And, you know, and they also have a lot of amenities and things that they'll show you. I'm just going to click this so you can see all the things that they have. Everything basically to live there, you know, which is helpful if you want to live there. So this is what they want you to do. So live in the property, feed, and you know, take care of Chit Chat. She's affectionate and an outdoor cat. So all right. So what else? He may or may not want to stay in overnight. The colder it gets, the more likely this becomes. I do not overstress his preferences. He has a cat flap into the garage and somewhere to sleep there in the warmth if he changes his mind during the night. Okay, so the cat can go in and out on its own. Here's where like things to do start to kick in. He will probably need a flea and tick pipet once a month. I don't know what that is. But again, you're there 2 months, so you're going to have to do this. Depending on the weather, he's a total tick magnet as opposed to a chick magnet. White cat, so it's inevitable, I guess. But other than that, no other medication. So you have to do the tick medication. Eats twice a day, once in the morning when you get up and once around 4 o'clock. This cat will eat anything, including bread, if you leave it out. So, wow, it's like a dog. And you have to learn to ignore his pathetic cries of starvation outside of normal eating times, or he will quickly become spherical and overweight. That's funny. This person's got a neat sense of humor. And water the house plants. What else is odd here? Depending on the temperature, Pots on the terrace need to be watered once a week. If there's no rain, pots on the front door terrace need watering at least once a week, even if it does not rain, as the rain does not usually penetrate the terrace. Okay, so that's what you would need to do. All of these listings are pretty much the same. Some get a little bit more involved, like sometimes you have to give, a dog maybe a shot every day, or they're going to have to take a particular pill every day, so you're going to have to feed it to them. Some where you would have to hold them and stick it in their mouth. Others, you can open the pills and put it into their dog food and they'll just eat it. So some are a little bit more chores than other, but this is basically it. And then you get a shot at looking at the house, and where you're going to be staying and what's involved. So this would be the house on the inside. Nice kitchen. So these would be the plants you're probably watering, which she was talking about outside. There's a lot of them, but again, it's only watering. And there's the Pyrenees, pretty. And there is Chit Chat. A sleeper, for sure. So that's basically what's involved. I'm going to back up a little bit and I'm going to pick a different area of the world, and let's just see where that gives us. Let's go back over to the States, and let's just take this one for time. Somewhere in Florida, and let's go up by Ocala, see what's up there. Might get a nice farm up there. Here's one of the villages, maybe. Yes, it is in the villages. Okay, well, here, let's look at this one. So this one is August 10th to August 25th, so 15 days. 15 days in August, and very pretty home, as all of the villages' homes are. Almost virtually all of them are really pretty. I mean, check this out. You stay there for July to, yeah, this is a month here. Wow, these are long, longer than I normally see. But then I'm looking in a different area. So let's just do this one, just give you an idea, and then we'll call it a day on looking through. So this person is retired, they go into your life. Let's see what they need to do, responsibilities, see if they're different. Just basic upkeep in the house. Feed Theodore twice a day and gets medication once a day. Definitely a lap dog, loves people, not the best with other dogs. Potties in a fenced area. He accesses himself through a doggy door. Nice. Goes to doggy daycare once a week. Okay, so you'd have to take him over there, and walk Teddy in a parking lot, since he's not good with golf carts, bikes, and unfamiliar dogs. Because everybody in the villages rides golf carts everywhere, and you're close. You're not really on the road. You're on like bike paths, basically. And yard and pool maintenance. Oh, they're maintained by a service. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to care of the yard or the pool. So not a lot really to do for this particular dog. And let's take a look at the house. Nice home. Nice pool. Outdoor. And they got the bird cage outdoor type thing where it's open, but and rain, water will fall in there, but there's no mosquitoes coming through because these are screens. If you can't really see them, this is all screened in. You see that a lot in Florida. And there is, what was the dog's name? Teddy. And there's Teddy, Theodore. He's kind of cool. And see, there's a screened-in pool. And anyway, and there's the house. So that's basically what Trusted House Sitters is. You sign up if you want to do this. Again, stupidly, I've been paying for this thing for 3 years. The first 2 years, it's like, never did it. And then it finally was like, okay, we need to try this just to see what it's like. And it was great. At least, what we did was fantastic. Pumpkin, the dog that you saw, I loved that dog. That dog was like, she was following me around. It was like it was my dog. It was awesome. She was great. And it was fun taking her around. And also, I think maybe for older people, depending on what your lifestyle is, it gave me a reason to get up early and to go for a long walk with the dog I would normally have gone out for walks like that. So from a health point of view, it's probably great. I noticed on my iPhone that all of a sudden, you know, when iPhone tracks your walking, all of a sudden it like tripled, you know, instantly. So another benefit on the side.
Well, how was that house sitting adventure? Something a little different, as I said, but I think we might just be on to something and might do it again and again. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and stick with us. Come back and see us again soon. Ooh.